Hey everyone, my name is Paul John. This is my final project presentation, CIS 607 uh, Survey of Predictive Analytical Techniques. Um, I'll be discussing on what bike share system could do based on climate change. Um, why bike share Why bike sharing? Um, People use bike share to exercise if they are bored at home and then just uh, wants to view the city. And then sometimes you could get off work and don't want to be stuck on traffic. Then you utilize the bike share system to beat the traffic. Um, So we have the exercise, and people, like I said, they just exercise when they're bored at home. And then people also use it to beat traffic, to reduce traffic. Um, and then for cost control, um, it is less expensive to use the bike share system. So the purpose of the project focuses on assessing the bike share services when the weather situation turns worse, and how do they control administration expenses in those situations. So when the weather is bad, it kind of affects the bike share system because no one wants to come out when it's sometimes too cold, especially like places like maybe North Dakota or places like Alaska, uh, where it's too cold. It's gonna be uh, really a big challenge for the uh, bike sharing. So, can the activities of the system be impacted by the uh, turn in the weather? Um, those are the questions we should be asking ourselves. So, how can the operations be affected? What would the aftermath be? Um, like I said earlier, um, the weather could really be a big a big blow on the bike share system um, because when it's too cold, like I said, no one wants to come out. Um, so it is something to really consider when dealing with the bike share system. Um, so, what would the result be um, after everything? So, problems like this suggest basic presumptions and hence two hypotheses. Null hypothesis: the bike share system will not be affected by climate change. Alternate hypothesis: the bike share system will be crucially affected by climate change. So you could see that the null hypothesis says the bike share system will not be affected by the climate change. And then the alternate hypothesis, the bike share system will be crucially affected by climate change. Um, those are the hypotheses and questions. So this chart, we have the descriptive demography and then the regression uh, analysis. So I went to the website called Kegu um, to gather some data from there. So for the descriptive demography, use a specific area like let's say the Los Angeles area or the New York City area where we have a lot of bike share system. Um, I also use the hypothesis to make sure that what I'm looking for is exactly what I may get. So you could see from my data how I got the mean, standard, the median, mode, minimum and maximum value. And then by the right hand side, you can see um, temperature, how the weather could affect the bike share system. So climate affects the business. Um, employees' work hours are proportionate to how the weather does. Uh, those are the results that I got from my research. So good weather, um, full-time hours. Bad weather, part-time hours, and unemployed. So you could see that the weather actually affects the bike share system because when the weather is good, you see that we have a good full-time hours. And when the weather is bad, we have part-time hours and unemployment. So the limitation, information, data sets, visualization tool to get a better picture of data. And then, of course, time was a really big factor. Um, conclusion, the bike share is highly influenced by changes in weather based on the data gathered from Kegu and then my analysis of the data. That will be the end of my presentation. Um, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.